Welcome to the show.
Yes.
Hi, Rabbits.
Great talk.
Ev,
Yes.
how are you?
I'm great.
What's happening with sinkholes?
Sinkholes.
Sunk into any holes recently?
Sinkholes. They are everywhere. Not really, no. But they could just,
This is the current affair version of the story.
They are everywhere.
They in your
are.
backyard.
The thing with sinkholes is
Creeping in your bed.
they could just happen at any time.
We could sink into
We
a
could
hole.
sink right here.
We could be
Probably not because
hole
it's not right.
settings because a sinkhole could open up under us and swallow us whole settings.
But why would a hole have settings?
It's not very
It's got the sound
Good
on.
question. You should talk about that while I pick something.
Okay, so this week, did you see on Facebook the guy who got swallowed up by a sinkhole?
Excuse me? Usually isn't it like a road or a...
He was on the road. Let me tell you the story, okay? So, in New York, in Brooklyn, he was
Brooklyn.
doing a delivery at work, and he's a mechanic or something like that. And his boss says, "No, don't drive. Walk. It's a nice day."
Really? So
Yeah.
normally you would have been walking?
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Okay, so he's walking down the street, and suddenly he's crossing the road, and just his right leg sinks into the ground.
How sudden?
In the
No,
road.
like-
He's on the road.
He's on the road like a crossing, like a road. And
That's amazing that a person pushed through and not a car.
I know, but it was like literally like a leg-sized hole in the ground.
How
So
deep?
one leg, his leg is all the way in. So it's basically his other leg is kneeling on the ground.
So if it was big enough, he would have just gone.
He wouldn't, yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. So he's in the middle of the road. One leg is sunk into the ground, like swallowed his
So
whole
like,
leg.
it's like...
Yeah,
Mm,
like he's
splits.
like, yeah, this leg is down and then this leg's kind of like,
Was he wearing Doc Martens or something?
I don't know. But he did lose his shoe.
Was he injured?
Yeah, he lost
Did a
his
mole
shoe.
person do it?
You're gonna see a little mole guy next week. Hey, that's my shoe.
So the fire department got called and they eventually, after an hour, winched him out of the hole.
No one could pull him in.
Wait,
Well,
he
they
could
couldn't-
get out of the hole?
Well, two of them, I think there was three of them in the end, lifted him out.
Jeez.
Wait, so his leg
He
was
could-
actually
Yeah, it was stuck in there.
Because it was touching the hole,
Yeah,
I'm guessing.
yeah.
Not something was holding onto his leg.
I don't think anything was holding on to it.
I feel like there's a mole people invasion waiting to happen. And if it was going to happen anywhere, it'd be New York.
Do you think it he went ballerina toe down, straight down, or it was like movie quicksand and it was swallowed him?
I'm thinking it's like quicksand.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but the hole wasn't there until he stepped on it and then
That's
he went
right. That's right. And then when they pulled him out, the hole's still there.
It's amazing.
It doesn't swallow back.
Did they jump around it to make sure it wasn't...
Well, you could see the
That's probably
fireys
the
were
best
a bit they were do we get too close? I think they were thinking
Yeah.
It'll all go in.
Yeah, everyone will go.
I don't want a sinkhole into his sinkhole, I think, is the term.
Is that the term?
Yeah.
Okay.
So how likely are these to happen? Do they just happen
Sinkholes.
all the time?
Okay, so do you want to hear how sinkholes
How did that
work?
Tell me how that works.
Okay.
What even sinkhole?
A sinkhole is okay, let me just explain what it is because then you'll know.
Okay.
It's when the earth kind of
Sinks?
sinks and there's a hole.
Then there's a hole.
I'm sounding really
Nailed it.
dumb.
Evelyn Chaplin, everybody. She might be here next week, but probably
Okay.
not.
Is this
No,
my
dibs
test?
on next week, actually.
All right, so sinkholes. There's two types of them. One is naturally occurring. The other is man-made, because of something we've done. Okay, so let me explain.
Have you ever made a sinkhole?
Maybe.
What?
What are we watching here?
A video about sinkholes.
This is the top 10 sinkholes.
She was
Gosh.
just...
Okay.
She was just
Don't
gone.
watch that.
You know how I'm a sucker for that.
Oh,
You guys,
what are you guys laughing
stop
about?
watching
They're gonna be
that.
hurt.
Okay.
That's the that guy smacked his face on the way through.
It's not.
Are they, they're still, are they
Hey,
still
they
in the
could die.
hole?
Okay.
Sorry, audio listeners, but we're watching a video of people falling into
You gotta
sinkholes.
turn that
A
off.
lot of them.
That one's actually messed
Okay,
up.
I'm just
so
looking at
let me
what-
talk to
The other
you.
one was too.
Don't watch. Just watch.
The smaller the
What's
hole,
over
the
here?
more comical. The huge
Okay.
holes are like,
Jeez.
that's like death.
All right.
Okay. Naturally occurring sinkholes. All right. So they occur in places with large deposits of carbonite rocks. Okay. That
Carbonite.
carbonite rocks.
They erode away.
Yes.
underneath.
Yeah. Jono knows.
Erosion.
So like limestone. Do you know limestone?
Yeah.
Precious
Not-
gem?
Not
It's a
personally,
carbonite
but-
rock.
Oh, sure.
Yes.
It's a mineral.
Okay, so what happens is you've got the top layer of the earth.
Uh-huh.
Okay, then you've got the sublayer.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and then
Where the mole
underneath.
people live.
Is that the
That's
crustaceous?
right, the ones who take the
They're gonna
shoes.
come.
Okay, so you get the sublayer, and then you've got like
The core.
Well, I suppose, but it's like that's where the limestone is.
Right.
So what happens over time is water from the top seeps down. And when enough water gets down into the limestone, it starts to erode the limestone away.
Erosion.
So you get like cavities.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like
And we've
teeth.
built our roads
Yeah.
on top of this limestone.
Yeah. Okay.
Probably wasn't the case in New York.
Probably.
Probably just a
So-
sewage pipe or something that collapsed.
So then the more water that then starts to flow through this cavity, the more erosion there is. And then the sub layer of soil then starts to go down that cavity. And so it's basically eroding from the inside
Right.
out.
Well-
And so then what happens is the top layer just can't support that.
Is that related to quicksand?
I have no
Like
idea.
something forms like that, and then the sand, like if it was in a desert, the sand would start pulling down, and
Possibly.
then you would get stuck
Yeah.
in it, and you'd get pulled down.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe.
Scary times.
So that's how natural sinkholes happen. Okay? Man-made sinkholes happen like in cities, right?
Naturally.
Naturally.
Or not naturally.
And it's very similar, okay? So it's like obviously you've got the sewer and water and all the pipes underneath happening. And so when like pipes, they obviously get old and they crack, that kind of thing. And so what happens is then the soil or the dirt in the ground can then escape into
Uh-oh.
the pipes. And again, the more soil that kind of then starts to go into those pipes, everything erodes, and then the top layer just can't support it, and that's how you see like just like the roads going down like that.
Collapse.
So how haven't they fixed this yet?
What? Fixed what? Fixed
Every
gravity?
layer of the
I don't
earth.
know.
There's got to be a way to like detect this or something with a satellite or something, right?
Well, but it's under the ground.
Enemy of the
I
State
don't-
is really up to your expectations of satellites.
Like,
This
look
is-
at that. How do they make diagrams like this and not know how to stop them? Flamingos. Flamingos.
What's this flamingos about? So, yeah, but this one in New York was obviously a small one. Like there's huge ones out there,
Yeah.
and they don't know why it happened,
I walked
So-
past one
and
in
they're just going to
Redfern
fill it back up.
the other day.
You
What?
walked past the sinkhole.
Did you say
There's one
Redfern
that's-
is a sinkhole?
They were like, it was like the ground had collapsed.
That's a bit
Oh.
racist, isn't
Where a
it?
car probably would have been parked, but there was a gap.
Oh.
And normally it's weird for there to be a space in
That's
Redfern
crazy.
because there's always cars everywhere. And there was a big hole there, and the ground had kind of like dropped into it. We've had them in like Queensland and stuff.
Yeah.
That's Queensland though.
What
It's a bit
happens
weird.
post sinkhole? Do they just
Post-
build over it, or do they fill it back in?
No, you have to
or-
fill it back in.
With what? With
Well, this small one in New York, they're going to just fill back in with
Dirt.
bitumen.
There's probably concrete in
Bunny?
Yeah.
today.
how deep is it?
Like leg deep.
Whose leg?
My leg's longer than yours.
I don't know how deep it is.
It's not a competition, Ali.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So do you want to hear about some of the largest sinkholes?
I want to know about some
Okay,
notables,
okay.
notable
Biggest
holes.
one. There's those ones in
The biggest.
Siberia that appeared out of nowhere, but
Yeah.
they might have been like a methane explosion.
Maybe.
Have you guys seen those?
No.
In Siberia, they found those giant holes, and no one knew where they came from.
Never been.
Wow.
You've
Okay,
never
well,
seen
the
any?
largest sinkhole in the world is actually the Qatar Depression in Egypt.
Oh!
Okay.
Confusing name.
It's 80 kilometres long
Whoa.
and 120 kilometres wide
Whoa. That's a-
and 133
Hang on a
metres deep.
second. Is the Grand Canyon a sinkhole?
Oh my god.
Maybe-
Because those are very similar dimensions. That's a big sinkhole.
Yeah.
No, the Grand Canyon's a river. So technically, no.
Yeah, sure, it's a canyon.
The Grand Canyon,
I'm just answering.
it probably formed
question.
the same way as sinkholes, except
Sorry.
above ground. Because the water, made all the canyons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, can you pass me my Pepsi?
You want some chocolate too?
Thank you. Oh, come on.
Are there any other?
Okay.
Are there any other big ones?
Yes.
There's that one in
There-
New York that the Defenders filled in with a building.
Is that a
Is
real
that a spoiler?
thing? Or...
Nice.
Okay. Because I didn't read about
It's a
that.
very niche joke.
Okay. So the second largest is Berezhniki in Russia.
Berezhniki.
Okay. Now listen to this.
Berezhniki.
This sinkhole began in 1986, and it gets worse every single year.
It sinks
Is
more
there like
hole.
people living around it or
Yes,
something?
yeah.
Really?
Yes, and
that-
so it's 200 meters deep, 80 meters long, and 40 meters wide. But it
If
gets
your
worse
house
every year.
Falls into the sinkhole. Do you then own the land at the bottom of the sinkhole?
Maybe. Yeah. But the thing about Berezhniki is it's one of the largest crops of potatoes comes from Berezhniki.
Oh.
So if the whole of Berezhniki gets swallowed up by this sinkhole,
No more mash.
yeah.
Is this like
Potatoes.
potato prices will go through the roof?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just
Isn't-
like the Great Potato
Yeah.
Famine.
It's Ireland all over again.
Aren't there potatoes like everywhere in the world?
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah,
Or they just come from Russia?
From
Maybe the
Berezhniki,
vodka
apparently.
would,
Okay,
yeah.
so number three.
Only organic Australian grown potatoes.
Oh, okay. I don't eat potatoes, so.
I love potatoes.
You
It's-
don't,
well,
you don't
except
eat
for-
potatoes.
Except for chips.
That's the best kind of potatoes.
Yeah.
I do eat
How
chips.
most people eat potatoes.
What about mashed potato?
No,
Yum.
What about baked potato?
sometimes.
What about roast potatoes?
What about baked potato with cheese and bacon on it?
That
What-
sounds yum.
What about yams?
I prefer sweet potato.
Jacket
Isn't
potato?
a yam something else?
The
That's
yams,
sweet
the
potato.
powder bean.
Kumara?
Is that sweet potato?
What? It's kumara.
I don't know.
Okay, so
Anyway,
what's the next one, Em?
All right, number three is in Guatemala City, and in February 2007,
Guatemala.
pretty much a circle of Earth just dropped.
Those are the crazy ones, like the proper circles.
Yeah, yeah,
that's
proper
like-
circles.
Someone's come and cut it out.
They're all
Yeah.
circles, aren't they?
No, like it was like, but it literally,
Siberian
Aliens.
it
Aliens,
literally
bro.
was like it just dropped 30 stories.
That's because I could.
It wasn't like
That's,
it wasn't like a.
That's very
It was like-
similar to the Siberian ones.
So people think it's like crop circles when aliens are doing it,
Yes.
right?
That's
Yes.
what I reckon.
Do you want to know why they think the Siberian ones happen?
Yeah. Okay.
Because of global warming.
Oh,
That's.
I thought it was
the
going to be
answer to
more interesting
everything.
than that.
No, because there's actually all this methane gas that's like frozen in the ground, and when the
Oh,
permafrost
yeah.
melts, all that gas becomes a gas again instead of being frozen, and it all went, and then there was nothing keeping it up anymore, so the land just sunk.
Right.
Do you think they harvested that gas?
No, I don't think anyone was there when it happens.
What a
No one's
waste.
there to put a big bowl on top.
There was probably like a
was
bird
a helium
on top
shortage,
of it
no?
that had a really bad day.
What-
Right.
Bloody sinkhole.
So sinkholes.
Yeah.
So even Australia has sinkholes. What? Yeah.
Yeah, I was just looking at it.
Sydney?
There's like,
Yeah.
there's like
I don't know if
11.
in Sydney, but Mount Gambier
Oh,
is apparently known as the city of craters.
I was going to say city of sinkholes.
So it's like got water channels, caves, and caverns kind of beneath it. Yeah.
Like the Kulnalda cave.
Yes,
Exactly.
Or the
exactly
fossil
like
cave.
that.
what about the Pinocchio Conservation Park?
The Numby Numby.
You guys don't get to read anymore.
I can read on that screen
so
over there.
sinkholes.
Too many screens.
We're probably not going to sink into a sinkhole
no, we're all
right now.
Does it? It seems like they just keep sinking though. Do they fix sinkholes or
Sometimes I think you can fix them, but like the one in Berezhniki, no.
why not?
I didn't get that.
Does
one.
not.
It just
Some of them are
If it's-
repeat offenders.
How deep was it? Like 200 feet or 200 meters?
200 meters deep.
Far out.
So deep.
Yeah,
That's
so you
deeper
have to
than the
find like,
defender's hole.
That's
like,
the height
and
of
if you
buildings in
think about it, it gets worse every year. So there's obviously like
There's something wrong
more
with
like yeah.
That's
There's
like
more erosion.
Something wrong with
Can't
this
fill
hole.
in a hole that big.
the one earlier
No.
this year in China. They covered it up in like
China.
2 days, but then it collapsed again.
Yeah,
Probably shouldn't have just covered up the top then.
So that foothole's probably going to be a foothold forever.
probably.
It's in New York, so they'll probably actually fix it.
The Ghostbusters.
It
Maybe.
was like in a road in
Are
New
they
York.
good like
They're
that?
probably not going to just leave it.
Tell you what, if it was in my neighbourhood.
Yeah, but I saw the picture afterwards. They're like, you know, like just in case you didn't want anyone else to fall into it. There's like a witch's hat next to it.
No, just on
And
top
just
of the hole.
and so
Where
it's just
one
sprayed
next to
around
it.
it.
Just one with the
And then just like some orange like spray paint in a square. I'm like, okay.
Like the body outline, but just the leg.
And that's going to last like one night, and some drunk person's going to
Yeah.
take it.
And then there's probably a guy next to them go, hey, there's a Sinkhole here! Right?
I'm
I
walking in.
didn't see any people near it.
Now. No, that's wrong.
Careful,
I just had the worst transition.
He's talking to the voices
I
in his
just,
head
I just had the worst transition in my head.
He's talking to the old Pauline in his
about
head.
holes.
Yes.